On January 19, 2025, after nearly 18 months of relentless fighting, Israel and Hamas agreed to a ceasefire in Gaza, a deal meant to pause the violence, free hostages, and open a path toward ending one of the most destructive conflicts of the 21st century. For a short time, international attention shifted to humanitarian aid entering Gaza, families reuniting with loved ones, and the possibility of peace. But that hope did not last. In this video, we break down why that ceasefire collapsed, what both sides blamed each other for, and how deep structural issues made lasting peace almost impossible. This is the full, factual story, clear, chronological, and grounded in reliable reporting. The January 2025 ceasefire, often called the three-phase proposal for a durable peace, was more than just a pause in fighting. Phase 1 included a 6-week truce in active hostilities, a massive exchange of prisoners and hostages. Israel would free Palestinian prisoners while Hamas handed over Israeli captives, a substantial increase in humanitarian aid into Gaza's besieged population. Stated goals were not only to stop the bloodshed, but also to begin rebuilding, re-establish civilian life, and lay the groundwork for Phase 2 full end of war and complete release of all captives, and Phase 3, reconstruction and long-term peace. In the early weeks, the truce did achieve certain objectives. Hostage and prisoner exchanges occurred. Aid trucks carrying food and medicine began entering Gaza in larger numbers, easing starvation risks. There was cautious optimism that fighting had truly stopped. People who had lived through years of bombardment, displacement, and loss dared to imagine a future with more than just survival, but underneath the surface, tensions were rising. From the start, this ceasefire was fragile. It was temporary by design, and nowhere in its terms was there a clear enforcement mechanism, just promises and negotiated commitments. Importantly, the deal made future progress conditional on trust and cooperation that simply did not exist. Israel wanted guarantees that Hamas would move toward disarmament and governance reform. Hamas wanted a negotiated path to political authority and radical easing of restrictions in Gaza. This stalemate set the stage for eventual. Almost immediately, both sides accused each other of violating the terms of the ceasefire. Israel's position: Israeli leaders repeatedly stated that Hamas had not released all remaining captives as quickly as promised. Hamas was rearming and preparing for renewed attacks. Israeli forces conducted military operations in Gaza, citing security concerns. Israeli media and officials argued these breaches justified resuming military action. Hamas's position: Hamas and Gazan authorities claimed Israel violated the truce hundreds of times by firing on civilians, restricting aid, and blocking border crossings. Border crossings like Rafah were not fully opened as required, slowing humanitarian aid. Ceasefire conditions were skewed to benefit Israel without meeting basic humanitarian terms. The mutual distrust deepened. Even during the ceasefire, humanitarian conditions in Gaza remained catastrophic. Before any pause in fighting, hospitals were overwhelmed, food and clean water were scarce, and infrastructure was shattered. Aid did begin flowing in, but not at the volume needed to sustain life. The blockade on essential supplies, fuel, medical equipment, food, continued to create suffering. Civilians, far from being safe, existed in an unstable state, neither at war nor at peace. In mid-March 2025, after weeks of mounting tensions and mutual accusations, Israel launched a new round of airstrikes on Gaza, in effect breaking the ceasefire. Israel justified this as a response to what it claimed were Hamas violations, including refusal to release captives and ongoing militant activity. Hamas denied these claims and accused Israel of using minor incidents as pretext to resume full hostilities. This marked the official collapse of the ceasefire, as calm gave way once again to conflict. The collapse of the ceasefire has had devastating effects. Violence returned, killing civilians on both sides. Humanitarian aid systems are strained or failing. International mediators have called for renewed diplomacy, but trust is lower than ever. The crisis underscores a painful truth: temporary pauses without structural solutions, political, security, and humanitarian, are unlikely to create lasting peace. So why did the Gaza ceasefire collapse? It was not a single event, it was a series of breakdowns, a fragile agreement built on distrust, mutual accusations of violations, inability to move to negotiated peace, humanitarian desperation stripping optimism, and renewed violence that turned pause into collapse. For lasting peace, the ceasefire showed, agreements must be backed by mutual guarantees, international enforcement, and credible pathways to political settlement, none of which were fully present in this deal. If you want more breakdowns like this, clearly narrated and well-sourced, hit like and subscribe, and tell us what topic you want explained next.